All right, so this is Kenny Santos out of Toronto, Canada for KennySantos.com. I'm going to be talking about developing good habits, and this is something that I shared with my Toastmasters group earlier on this week, and I thought I would share it with you. And basically, it's two super easy and super simple ways of building good habits, because as we know, or I'll remind you that our habits, they ultimately determine our destiny and they determine our future. How we act on a regular basis really determine that. It's really simple. If you have a habit of taking care of your teeth, you're gonna have nice white, in shape, healthy teeth. However, if you don't brush your teeth on a regular basis, you don't floss on a regular basis, after time, it's gonna show. And that habit, that actually goes with everything. Whether you decide to work out on a regular basis or eat healthy on a regular basis or be a couch potato or not eat healthy or whatever the case may be. Someone that you may go pay to see and go watch a piano concerto, they have a habit of practicing every single day, probably multiple times a day. The people that we see on TV that are playing the NBA, they have a habit of practicing playing basketball every single day. They probably even do it on their days off. They probably do it because it's so much fun. They probably even do it on Christmas and on holidays and whatnot. And so here are two ways of developing good habits and actually, how do I say it? Making it more difficult for those bad habits to appear. And so the first one I get from the book, The Happiness Advantage. And The Happiness Advantage is a book by Sean Anker. And in there he has a technique called the 20-second rule. And it's pretty cool. And basically what was happening with Sean is he wanted to play his guitar more and practice his guitar more. And he wanted to end up watching TV less. So he couldn't do it. His willpower wasn't good enough. Right. So he would think about doing it. He'd schedule himself doing it, but it still wasn't happening. So what he did was he made practicing the guitar 20 seconds easier. Normally his guitar was kept in its case in another room, and it would take him 20 seconds or however long to go get it. Now, instead of that, when he knew he was going to play the guitar he kept his guitar within arm's reach of his chair. Okay. And so when he would sit down, ultimately to, decide whether he's going to watch TV or not, his guitar was right there, so he could just pick it up and play it. And the second thing he did was he made the bad habit 20 seconds harder to do. And in his case, if I remember correctly, it was watching the TV. And he made it 20 seconds harder by taking the batteries out of the remote. So what he would have to do is, if he wanted to do the bad habit, he would have to take those batteries, put them back into the remote and turn the TV on. Or he could just reach over and play the guitar. And let's face it, his type of good habit is fun to do. And actually, if you think about it, a lot of our good habits make us feel better once we're doing it. It's not hard to do the good habit. It's just hard to get started. And this goes with everything, whether it's if you want to learn a new language, whether you want to write a book, whether you want to start an exercise routine, whatever the case may be. It's not the exercising that's hard. It's not writing that's hard. It's not studying the new language that's hard. It's just getting started for the day. Once you get through those first, 1, 2, maybe 5 minutes and you're into it, you're starting to like the process. So all you got to do is just trick yourself into getting started. And the 20-second rule is very effective in making that happen. The second technique that I'm going to share with you really bleeds into what I was talking to near the end of the first, is just about getting started. And it's about starting small. If you want to start an exercise routine, don't make the mistake that a lot of people do on January 1st of every year. They decide, I'm going to get healthy today. So they go out and they decide that they're going to go for this huge, 2-mile jog. And for some people, 2 miles isn't a lot, but if you haven't been jogging on a regular basis, 2 miles is pretty long. And so they mistake intensity as a replacement for consistency. Most people, they're going to, on January 1st, maybe they're getting over the hangover, maybe they're getting started and they're exercising on a regular basis, or they're doing whatever they decided to do for that New Year's resolution. But by, January 15th, most people have quit already, it's because they started too big. It's so daunting to think to themselves, oh, I'm going to do a 2 mile jog every single day if they haven't done it before. So, what I invite you to do, start small. All right. Even if it's just one push up or 5 push ups a day, even if it's just 10 squats, or even if it's just going out for a 10-minute walk, you start doing those things every single day. Not only will your body change, but your whole expectation of the experience change, your perception of this experience change. You start looking forward to it. And a lot of the times when you say to yourself, well, I'll just do it for 5 minutes, and we could switch gears here. Instead of doing an exercise routine and walking for 10 minutes, let's say you decide you're going to start reading more, and you decide, I'm just going to read 5 minutes a day. You could start off reading 5 minutes a day, but eventually, a lot of the times, after you finish reading 5 minutes, you're going to think to yourself, this is a lot more fun. I really enjoy this. And you're going to continue reading. And 5 minutes turns into 10 minutes or 15 minutes. And all of a sudden, you're reading half hour a day. Half hour a day, which you may have decided to do before. And if you decided to do it with, at the beginning of the year, you may have burnt yourself out. But if you build up to it, that's where some magic really happens. Same thing with walking. You start off with 5 or 10-minute walk every day, and all of a sudden, by the end of January, you're jogging a mile every single day, which that habit would never have been developed if you decided to start jogging at the beginning of the month, at least for most people. That's it. And so those are two amazing ways, two super easy, two super simple ways to develop some good habits. And I hope that you do these things. The first one, again, is the 20-second rule. Make those good habits 20 seconds easier and make those bad habits 20 seconds harder. And then, of course, start small and build from there. And just to give you an idea, I started doing, 2019 was the year of habits for me. And I decided to do, a series of exercises. I started off with doing 10 push-ups a day. And now, it's when I'm recording this, it's 2021. I'm up to 90 push-ups a day. And so when I say start small and big, you know what? And I'm not even ending. I probably won't grow from here. Of course, I'm going to grow as a person, but I don't know if I'll go more than 90 a day. But I had to build up to that. Same thing with squats. I do 100 squats a day. I do, all these crunches a day. But I started small. I started with 10 crunches a day, And so whatever the case may be, whatever you want to do, if you can start small and develop a consistent habit and allow that habit to grow into something that is absolutely mind-changing, it can work some beautiful magic in your life. So I trust you got some great value out of this. Again, I invite you to like, subscribe, share, and comment. It's a super easy way and a simple way for you to support my blog, to support my channel and my content absolutely free. And remember this, every day, multiple times a day, the universe sends us miracles. We only have to do two things about that. We got to recognize those miracles. And then, of course, my favorite part, we get to accept those miracles. All right, take care and create a great day.